What if the Chicago Bears offensive line is the ticking time bomb that's about to explode in our faces? Could this be the moment we finally see if Braxton Jones and Darnell Wright have what it takes, or if they'll crumble under pressure? As the anticipation grows for the 2025 training camp kicking off at House Hall this week, there's an undercurrent of anxiety sweeping through the Windy City. Are the Bears prepared for the onslaught of challenges ahead, or is there a storm brewing that could dash our hopes before they even get started? Hit that like button, subscribe to get every electrifying update, and let's dig into the meat of this unfolding drama where hope and despair dance a fine line. Whispers are swirling through Hollis Hall, speculation that hits close to home for every loyal Bears fan. Inside sources hint that our tackle situation, the cornerstone of any successful offensive line, might just be a house of cards waiting to tumble. Fans and analysts alike are holding their breath, wondering if our young talents can withstand the heat or if it's all smoke and mirrors. What's really going on behind the scenes with Jones and Wright? Here's the hard truth. Jeremy Fowler from ESPN delivered a gut punch with his latest report, ranking our tackles nowhere to be found on the list of the league's elite. I mean, how can Braxton Jones and Darnell Wright not even garner an honorable mention? We should be rising to new heights with this roster, but now we're left with monumental questions hanging over our heads like dark clouds on game day. Let me break it down for you. The Bears might have bolstered their interior offensive linemen by bringing in Joe Thuney, Jonah Jackson, and Drew Dowman, but we can't ignore the glaring hole on the edges. This year, all eyes will be on Caleb Williams, the second-year quarterback expected to light up the field like never before. But who's going to ensure that the only things he's dodging are defenders, not deafening pressures and chaos in the pocket? If Jones and Wright can't step up and solidify their spots, we'll be looking at another year of mediocrity, and that's one ghost we just can't shake off. Think back to the days of Peyton, Ehrlicher, and Hester, the legends who poured their hearts into this franchise. They embodied the Bears' unforgiving spirit. We're starving for that intensity again, but who's going to deliver it? Expectations are through the roof, yet doubts linger like a thick fog. For Wright, the path is riddled with potential, but also shadowed by history. A solid reputation, sure, but his penchant for penalties, almost 20 over 2 seasons, could hold him back from true greatness. This can't all fall on him. Braxton Jones hasn't even completed a full season since his rookie year. His battle with injuries leaves us praying he can stay on the field and protect Caleb's blind side, especially now with the tension mounting around his last contract year. The stakes could not be higher. If he can't hold the fort, who do we turn to? And what about AZ Trapelo? Are we counting on a rookie to come in and stabilize the chaos? Questions, and more questions. The narrative is being written as we speak, and the stakes have never been higher. If Jones and Wright can't find a way to step into the light, could we be on the verge of a catastrophic offensive line collapse before the first snap is even taken? As the rookies arrive and the veterans step back onto the turf at House Hall, the potential remains tantalizingly close yet unfathomably far. Fans are left wondering if this will finally be the year the tide turns, or if the moment will pass us by like a fleeting touchdown we just couldn't catch. We're on the precipice, folks, staring into the abyss of what could either reignite our passion for Bears football or plunge us back into the darkness we fought so hard to escape. With training camp looming on the horizon, we may soon find out if the next chapter in the season is a glorious victory or another bitter preseason heartbreak. And if the reality aligns with our greatest fears, a nightmare unfolds, and we're all but destined for disappointment once again this season. We'll hinge on maturation and grit, but will we rise to the occasion? As we stand on the brink of training camp, let me leave you with this chilling thought. Within the depths of uncertainty lies the possibility of greatness, or the seeds of despair. Buckle up, Bears fans. This ride is just beginning, Bears fans. I'm telling you, it's time to rally, to roar louder than the din of doubt that echoes through the streets of Chicago and off the walls of Hollis Hall. Every single one of us bears the weight of 2010, the lap of cruel fate we met in the NFC Championship. And for what? A single hand from a second-string quarterback fumbling our chances into the abyss, leaving us wondering if destiny is just a tempest of heartbreak dressed in blue and orange. And then there was 2018, a season where hope soared higher than ever, only for that double doink to hit us square in the gut, a cold reminder that only the strongest hearts can withstand the agony of being a Bears fan. But let's lean in more deeply, folks. Think of our squad now, the swaggering potential swinging through the fields of Soldier Field. What if this new generation could finally shift the tide? Take that legacy of defense and brutality built by the likes of Singletary and Urlacher, and blend it with an offensive fire that can set this stadium ablaze? Now imagine if Justin Fields were to morph from a raw diamond into that polished gem. Could it be the birth of something not just promising but legendary? This doesn't just live in the hopeful hearts of Chicago. If Fields rises, you know damn well every team in the division is watching and trembling, especially those cheeseheads across the border in Green Bay, licking their wounds after what was identity theft on our turf. And those Lions? They're smelling blood in the water, their fans licking their lips at thought of a free fall. No, this isn't just football. It's a chess match played on frozen tundra, where one misplay could spell destruction, and the stakes feel higher with every passing week. But if we look at the locker rooms, those walls echo with more than just practice plays. They're a cacophony of dreams and nightmares painted in bruises and sweat. You could feel the weight in the air, each player carrying the burdens of our past, scarred by the ghost of the '85 team that danced its way into history, haunted by the shadow of 2006 that felt too close yet slipped away with just one more drive. Just think, in the wake of our fluctuating performances, are we on the verge of reclaiming a legendary narrative, or are we staring into the abyss of yet another collapse, wondering why we couldn't snatch that opportunity from the jaws of fate? Picture it, a win streak stretching ahead like the dawn after a long, oppressive night, but it could crumble just as easily as a forgotten promise if we don't stand firm. Each time I see a slip, a drop pass, or a defensive lapse, I remember the shouts of our ancestors screaming from the stands during icy playoff games. A past riddled with glories and heartbreaks begs us to confront the present with trepidation and fire, yet here we are, perched on the precipice of hope and despair, battling a turmoil that gets deeper with every cold draft of wind howling across Soldier Field. Will it be a season where we rise, caking the heart of this furious city that has long been known as the place where standings fall to the vibrations of tenacity? Or, heaven forbid, will we succumb to more of the same, where dreams die beneath the weight of expectation? As I stand here, questioning whether we can flip this script and survive yet another frigid winter of disillusionment, the ultimate dread settles within me. What happens if we can't? What horrors await if the team falters, if they let every second slip as uncertainty grips them like tendrils of fog over Lake Michigan in the darkest hours, quieting our faith and leaving us to wonder if we'll ever know victory again? So I beg you, dear Bears fans, to hold tight to your hearts and prepare for the storms. The next moments could define everything. Every cheer, every curse could suddenly pivot into a new narrative that's ours for the taking. Are we ready to fight back? We must, for the ghosts of our past demand it and our future commands it. Will we answer, or let this moment slip away into the archives of yet another forgotten season?